All right, let's talk about something that drives pretty much all of us crazy in the modern workplace. Company documentation. You know, that digital maze that's supposed to be helpful, but, well, usually isn't. Let's dive in.
You know the feeling, right? It's that special kind of corporate purgatory. You need just one tiny piece of information to get your project over the finish line, but instead you're lost in this sea of old files, broken links, and a search bar that feels like it's actively hiding what you're looking for. It's that moment you just want to throw your hands up.
Yeah, I'm guessing that sounds painfully familiar. And it's not just you. It's a collective groan you can hear in offices and on Slack channels all over the world. That daily struggle of trying to find a little bit of clarity in a whole lot of chaos.
But here's the thing. What if I told you this digital landfill is actually way more than just a daily annoyance? Because in the world we live in now, with AI everywhere, it's becoming a huge strategic problem.
See, it's not just about our patience wearing thin anymore. That very same frustration we all feel has turned into a massive technological roadblock. It's creating this fundamental disconnect with the exact AI tools we're all trying to use to make our lives easier.
And this is the perfect way to describe it. We've got these incredibly powerful AI assistants ready and waiting to help us out, but we're feeding them information in a format they just can't digest. It's literally like trying to chat with a supercomputer by sending up smoke signals. The info's out there, somewhere, but it's all hazy and unstructured, and the machine just looks at it and goes, huh?
Okay, so it's not all doom and gloom, I promise. Some companies are really starting to figure this out, and it's a real glimmer of hope. Let's take a look at one company, Replit, that is absolutely lighting the way.
Now, this is so much more than just a good-looking website. Look at those features right there. Copy page as Markdown for LLMs. LLMs, or large language models, are basically the brains behind tools like ChatGPT. By adding this one little button, Replit is making a huge statement. They're explicitly saying, hey, our documentation isn't just for humans, it's for machines too. And they've built the whole system to serve both. It's a total masterstroke.
So that brings up the big question, right? What is so special about this Markdown thing? Why is this simple format the secret key to unlocking AI's real potential? Let's break it all down.
The easiest way to think about Markdown is like a universal language for text. You know how a PDF is like a locked photo of a document? Well, Markdown is the actual blueprint. It uses super simple symbols to say, this is a headline, this is a list, this is a link. That structure makes it incredibly easy for an AI to read the blueprint and understand how all the pieces of information relate to each other.
And this chart just lays it out perfectly. On one side, you've got your PDFs and other weird formats. They're basically digital black holes where information goes to die. They look fine to us, sure, but for a bot, they're a total nightmare. And on the other side, you've got Markdown, a perfectly organized, indexed library. It's easy for us to write, and it's an absolute dream for AI to read.
And here is the punchline. This is why it matters so much to you and your team. When your AI tools can actually understand your company's knowledge, they can give you better answers, they can automate boring tasks more effectively, and at the end of the day, they make everyone's job easier. Better machine understanding leads directly to faster human progress. It's that simple.
So let's zoom out a bit, because this one simple change is part of a much, much bigger picture. This isn't just about code and documents, it's about creating a true partnership, a kind of human-AI symphony. This quote just nails it. The real goal of automation isn't to replace us, it's to free us. It's all about letting the machines handle the repetitive, number-crunching stuff so that we can focus on what we humans do best. You know, creative thinking, big-picture strategy, and coming up with brand new ideas.
Exactly. It's not about them taking our jobs, it's about them taking our chores. I mean, look at the Italian newspaper Il Secolo XIX. They brought in an AI to help with tedious research and proofreading. And what happened? The journalists weren't replaced, they were supercharged. They were freed up to chase down better stories. The machine did the grunt work, which unleashed all that human creativity.
Okay, let's try a quick little thought experiment together. Just think about your job for a sec. Make a mental list of all the things you do. Now, what are the tasks you actually enjoy? The creative, strategic parts. And what are the tasks you absolutely dread? The boring, repetitive ones. Okay, now just imagine if an AI could just, poof, take care of all those dreaded tasks for you. Suddenly, automation doesn't seem so scary, does it? It sounds like having the world's best assistant.
But for that awesome vision to become a reality, companies have to change. Because clinging to the old way of doing things, well, it comes with a seriously high cost.
A really great way to think about this is the 4 S's. For automation to work, it has to be simple, seamless, scaled, and sustained. But here's the catch. You can't even get to step 1. You can't have simple or seamless automation if your AI is constantly tripping over documents it can't read. Bot-friendly documentation is the absolute ground floor.
And look, the stakes here are incredibly high. The risk isn't just about falling a little bit behind. It's about becoming completely irrelevant. Sticking with outdated documentation in this new AI-powered world is like being a bookseller in 1999 looking at that new website called Amazon and saying, nah, that'll never catch on. It's a total misunderstanding of which way the wind is blowing.
Because the biggest risk isn't just about being inefficient today. It's the opportunity you're missing tomorrow. Every single day that your company's collective brainpower stays locked away in unreadable files is a day you miss out on the incredible insights, the innovations, and the efficiencies that AI could be finding for you.
So let's just bottom line this whole thing. Creating documentation that both people and machines can clearly understand is no longer some techie detail or a nice-to-have. It is a fundamental, non-negotiable strategic imperative for any company that actually wants to win in the future.
So I'll leave you with this question to chew on. Think about your own work. What are the digital black holes, the unreadable landfills that you have to deal with every single day? And more importantly, what amazing things could you and your team get done if all that knowledge was finally clear, accessible, and ready for a real human-AI partnership? Thanks for tuning in.